Radio host Larry Elder under attack from Democrats after saying this.
People in Ferguson believe that the racist criminal justice system is oppressing them because Obama and Eric Holder have said statements that have given them that impression.
Are you saying
no, it is not a major problem in this country. No, it is not.
Racism not a major problem in this country, and he's not backing down from those statements.
Radio talk show host Larry Elder joins us now to respond to this. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Clayton. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Fantastic. So during this interview, you were joined by Pennsylvania professor Mark Lamont Hill, who's on the opposite side of the screen. He starts attacking your character. Why is it, you think, that black conservatives are not allowed to voice their opinion?
Well, because I represent the very antithesis of everything they stand for. What they stand for is you're oppressed, you are a victim of racism, you need race-based preferences, you need Democrats wearing a white hat and riding a white horse to come in and carry the day. I interviewed the head of the NAACP, Kwesi Mfume, years ago, and I said, Mr. Mfume, as between the presence of white racism or the absence of black fathers, which poses the bigger threat to the black community? Without missing a beat, he said the absence of black fathers. So what are we talking about here? There were 7,000 murders last couple of years, average each year of black people, almost always committed by other black people. In Chicago alone, we had almost 10 homicides, mostly blacks, during 1 year, and most of those are unsolved. In the case of Ferguson, at least we know who did it, and the odds of an unarmed black person being killed by a cop is very, very remote. The odds of you're being killed by another black person is much higher. In the white community, about 2 out of 100,000 people will be killed. In the black community, it's 14 out of 100,000. So you're 7 times more likely to be murdered if you're a black person than a white person. So what are we talking about here?
Well, you mentioned Eric Holder. Of course, he flew in there on Wednesday to Ferguson, made this case really personal, talking about himself quite a bit. Take a listen to him. We'll get you to respond.
Sure.
The national outcry we have seen speaks to a sense of mistrust and mutual suspicion that can take hold in the relationship between law enforcement and certain communities. I wanted the people of Ferguson to know that I personally understood that mistrust.
So you're talking about mistrust. 70,000 people have signed a petition now to remove the St. Louis prosecutor involved in this case. What do you make of what Eric Holder had to say?
You know, I'm used to hearing people like Sharpton and Jesse Jackson make irresponsible comments about our criminal justice system. But when I hear President Obama and Eric Holder make the same kind of comments, small wonder why so many black people believe that the criminal justice system is racist. You have President Obama claiming that there are more black people behind bars in colleges and universities, when in fact, when you look at college-age black men, 5 times as many college-age black men are in colleges and universities than in prison. You have Eric Holder falsely claiming that the reason that blacks are given somewhat longer sentences than whites for the same crime is because of racism, when in fact the Sentencing Commission said that the reason can be explained for legitimate reasons, close quote. So when you have the very top leaders telling black people that the system is racist, why wouldn't they believe that?
Larry Elder, a radio talk show host, not backing down from his comments that racism is not a major problem in this country. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Thanks, Larry.
Sure.